So I really wish I had done this update yesterday. My energy level was very different than it is today. So I find myself about an hour away from Mount Shasta. I stopped and I'm sitting by some water. I am so afraid of going these next few miles that the intensity of it has stopped me completely in my tracks. I wanted to do a recap of the weekend and the Vision Quest and all of that, and I still want to do it. And there was so much love that happened with the goddess energy through the weekend, and it's just amazing how I'm not really feeling it right now. Not really feeling it right now. I'm like, I've done this whole trip. I've created, since the 19th of July, I've been on this road trip and this mission, and it's culminating in, reaching Mount Shasta. And I don't know why. And I have this fear, like, maybe it was for nothing. Maybe there's really nothing at Mount Shasta for me. Just, maybe there's nothing there for me. And that the journey itself has been spectacular. It has been amazing. There has been so much growth that has taken place for me. So many times that I've had to just really keep looking and pursuing different parts of myself that just kept getting exposed and kept wanting to be revealed and worked on and processed. It's just work, man, just hard work. The weekend, a quick recap of the weekend. It was an amazing time. I spent some time with my girlfriend Bala Shange, and I also spent some time in a ritual with a shaman. There were several rituals that took place over the weekend, but I spent some time with a ritual with a shaman on Sunday, and a Vision Quest occurred. And that in itself was amazing, to be with a group of people and creating ritual in a space like that. Had a very interesting piece happen for me in healing, because the whole thing is about healing the feminine energy, healing the womb, healing women, bringing, remember I started off this whole journey with walking in safety in the divine feminine and understanding the love of the divine feminine. And that's where, I've been standing, and she keeps revealing herself to me. It's been amazing how I just keep getting guidance and keep getting guidance. And one of the things that happened for me that I'm still amazed at is that over that Sunday in the ritual, my period started. Well, that in itself is not a big thing, except that I haven't had one in 7 years. And so the healing of the mother was like coming through me and totally healing my womb. And there was so much womb work that took place that night, and so much opening of the womb, so much cleansing of my own womb. Starting to see visions of women all around the world in pain, seeing Chinese women with their feet being bound and men smelling them like they were an aphrodisiac, the rotten flesh, and imagining a young girl on the slave block, 12 years old, naked, standing there, and just thinking, the thought that kept running through my mind was, and all she had on was her garment of shame. And just really feeling that shame. And I think I cried for probably about an hour in the ritual, just crying, feeling the pain of that, and releasing the grief of that, healing the grief of that, and healing my own stuff with the rapes that have happened in my life and different things, and just really going deep in there, deep with that. So that was really a tremendous moment. Another thing that happened was, so on Monday, I took a nap after the ritual, and I took a nap, and I woke up and I was like, now what? I don't know where to go. There's really not much between me and Mount Shasta now, and I'm not quite sure what to do. And so I attempted to, maybe I can go back to LA. My options were go back to LA, stay in the house that I was at, or go north. And I attempted to go back to LA, and all doors were closed to me. All the friends were like, no, I'm busy, or no, you can't come, or it was just very, very interesting to see that, or they didn't answer the phone. I asked the people whose house I was at if there was a possibility of me staying there and maybe doing some work the next day, and I got kind of a hee-haw around that, so that was a no to me. And I hadn't had any no's this entire time. Everybody's door has just been open, because I've been very clear about where I'm going, and they've just been open. And I went to... so I'm sitting there, and I'm on the porch, and I'm like crying at this point. I'm like crying because I really don't know what to do, and I'm so afraid. I'm just so afraid. And all of a sudden, I got the message very clearly: go north. And that's all I got, is go north, keep going north. So I straightened up my back and took a deep breath and got in my car and started heading north. And I passed a campsite, and I said, maybe I should camp there. But I was so tired, and I just didn't. They haven't made that noise all day. I was so tired, and I didn't want to. I would love to start this over, y'all, but I'm not. I'm just going to keep going from right there. So I stood there, and I decided, okay, go north is what I heard, go north. So I was tired, and I called my husband, Kareem, and we talked and decided maybe a hotel room would be good, just to cool out for a couple of days and regroup and figure some things out and process what had been happening. And that's what I did. Took some time out, processed. And then Wednesday, I decided, I'd go to Ecstatic Dance in Oakland, because I really needed to dance. I really needed to dance this whole thing. I wanted to dance all of what had happened, the beginning of my trip, the middle of my trip, the visiting, just everything, all the pieces, dance it through, and then start to dance in Mount Shasta, whatever it is that she has waiting for me there. And so I get to there, I get to the dance place, and it's wonderful music, and I'm dancing. And I know I don't really have any place to stay. And I'm like, I don't really have a place to stay. Maybe I can couch surf with somebody, just couch surf. And what I realized is that my uncomfortableness came up. I started feeling very vulnerable and very, very much like I don't fit in. That was the game that I started playing with myself, is that this isn't my family. I don't fit in. And seeing people different than me or other than me. And I started playing in that. And I started asking people about couch surfing, and I kept getting all these no's and hee-haws, and I was like, this is different, because I really expected an openness, but I didn't get that. And I realized, but the openness, I wasn't exhibiting that. I wasn't being that openness. I wasn't being that. I was being in this place of fearfulness. So I got in my car again, late at night, about 11, and went, drive north. That's what I got, drive north. So I started driving toward Mount Shasta, and pulled over in a truck stop, and decided to crash there for the night, and woke back up and got back on the road, and here I am now. Actually, I picked up a hitchhiker. Don't tell my husband. I picked up a hitchhiker. It's all good. I checked in, make sure it was okay. And now I'm an hour outside of Shasta, thinking about turning around and driving back to Denver. Thinking about it. I'm going to sit here by the water for a minute and let her do some healing and do some writing and pull some cards and get some guidance on how I need to be and approach this, and letting go of whatever it is, the energies that I need to let go of that are keeping me stuck, so that I can move forth into whatever the plan is. What was amazing is during the shaman ritual, actually saw spaceships. We saw two. We saw two that night. So that was quite incredible. That was quite incredible to see that. And trying to think of some other stuff that I saw. But right now, my space is just a whole different space. Very different space than what I've been. I've been like on this high the entire time, and now I'm like on this low, really low, like right before I'm to step into this place. And I feel like I have to step into it with this correct energy, but maybe I'm making too big of a thing of it, and she'll take me just the way that I am. So I don't know. I'm playing in it. I don't know. It's heavy, y'all. It's really heavy. So I will probably check back in one more time. And if the sky is permitting, I'm hoping that I'll be able to take a couple of shots of Mount Shasta before I get there. But it's kind of been a haze happening. Because after that, I will probably go dark for a while, and I don't know how long, but I'll cut off my phone and just be out of contact for a little bit. And yeah, that's what I'm feeling is supposed to happen here. I don't know why. I don't know what. That's what I'm feeling. So I'll check back in with everybody soon. All right. Bye-bye. Peace.